Welcome to the Eczema Warrior podcast. I'm your host, Julia Chen. I'm here to help you heal your eczema naturally so you can finally live your best damn life. Many years ago in my own eczema healing journey, I was stuck and confused on how to heal my skin. Fast forward to today, after many lessons learned and lots of trial and error, I'm now living my best life and traveling the world with clearer skin. If you're an eczema or TSW warrior who desires a life of food freedom and is wanting to heal your skin without steroids while using mindset and manifestation as a tool, you're in the right place. Now let's get into it. Hi everyone, welcome to episode 8? Yes, episode 8 of the Eczema Warrior podcast. It has been a week. It has been a whole week. And I'm excited to kind of share what's been going on over the past week and, do a little bit of a life update before I get into today's episode, which is going to be all about the best foods for supporting eczema healing. Last week's episode, we talked all about whether or not you should avoid foods for healing eczema. I thought it would only make sense to record an episode to talk about what you should include in your diet for faster healing. So before we dive into it, life update. I don't know what's been going on. I feel like this past week, I've just been feeling so unmotivated. I'm doing my meditations, going for walks, doing all the things, journaling, deep breathing, but I just feel like I don't want to do anything. I don't want to coach. I don't want to meal prep. I don't want to get out of bed some days. I just want to lay down and I just feel so tired. I don't know if anyone else is feeling this way. If you are, let me know, because I've been talking to some of my clients and some of my friends, and they're also experiencing this thing where there's this energy of just the feeling of waiting, but waiting for nothing. And things aren't moving in the direction the way that I wanted to move in terms of every aspect of my life, relationships, business, travel. I've just been in this limbo and it's low-key driving me crazy. So originally I was supposed to leave for my trip next week, the first week of April, or this week, I guess, the time that the episode's getting released. But then there are a few things that came up, unfortunately, that I have to delay my trip. And so now I don't really know for sure when I'm going to leave because I'm waiting for my doctor to get back to me. I had to do a medical examination and I'm waiting for the results. So that is a bit of a hiccup in terms of my plans for travel. So I've been kind of just at my parents' place, which is not ideal. They just came back from Taiwan and we're living in a house and there's a lot of us here. So I'm to have my own space, and it's kind of hard when your parents are around and siblings are around too. So that is a whole vibe. But other than that, other than feeling a little bit off this week, I've really trying to be intentional with my routine. I know that sometimes things don't go the way that I want it to go, and it's not about being frustrated or being angry for multiple days. It's about moving forward. It's about not getting stuck in my own head and just appreciating that it's a beautiful week here in Vancouver. The weather's nice. Last week I had a really fun night with my girlfriends, went out for drinks, had a great time. And then this coming weekend is my best friend's 30th birthday and we're going to go celebrate. So definitely things to look forward to. But I think just this week has felt very low vibe for me. Anyways, that's pretty much a life update. Nothing too crazy going on. If anything, it's more being in a limbo and waiting. Okay, so moving on to today's episode on the best foods for supporting eczema healing. Now, you see how I named this topic? I said supporting eczema healing and not just eczema healing, because as you probably heard from last week's episode, there's a lot of misconception around using diet as the only way to heal eczema flares. And so I wanted to start changing the language around how to actually heal your eczema by not focusing on one aspect, right? We are actually supporting our body, giving our body the tools that it needs to heal, and diet being one of them. And so in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you the best foods to start including in your diet and sharing my top tips when it comes to how to actually add these foods into your diet, because sometimes we know, but we don't know how to actually incorporate it. Okay, so the first food that is really great for healing eczema is salmon. Maybe you've heard of this before, maybe you haven't, but the reason why salmon is really good for not just eczema healing, but also just for the skin in general, is because salmon is very, very high in omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids are very anti-inflammatory, and we need omega-3s to nourish our cells. We actually can't make omega-3s from our body. We need to get it from food. And so it's really important to include foods with omega-3s. And usually the foods that are highest in omega-3s are fatty fish like salmon. So personally for me, I try to include salmon once or twice a week if it's a part of my meal planning. And salmon is honestly the easiest meat you will ever cook. Okay, it takes literally 5 minutes on one side on the pan and 4 minutes on the other side on like low to medium heat. And that's it. I spice it up with salt and pepper, maybe a little bit of paprika. Sometimes I feel a little bit of lemon juice. And there you go, a piece of salmon. Easy as that. It's not like when you have to cook chicken or cook pork or turkey. It takes a while for it to cook because you don't want to get sick from undercooking it. But salmon's super easy. Total 10 minutes. Easy peasy. And there's your lunch. So another thing about including salmon is not only is it high in omega-3 fatty acids, which is what your skin needs for it to be hydrated, for it to be nourished, but also it's a good source of protein. So protein is also very important for the skin because it promotes wound healing. A lot of your enzymes in your body that help to digest food, helps with metabolism, are literally made up of proteins. So when you're getting enough protein in your diet from animal sources like salmon, then it's basically going to help promote skin healing. Okay, number 2, leafy greens. Leafy greens include greens like kale, spinach, arugula, collard greens. Anything in the leafy green family is really healing for the skin. They are very high in nutrients such as vitamin E, as well as antioxidants. And antioxidants have been shown in research to fight inflammation. And most of the antioxidants that we get from food comes from most fruits and vegetables, but leafy greens definitely is one of them. So personally for me, how I like to include leafy greens into my diet is if it's on a warm day in the summer or spring, then I'll blend it into my smoothie. I'll put a handful of kale, maybe I'll put some spinach. And then if I don't want to have a smoothie, I try to incorporate leafy greens in a salad. So an example for you is maybe you're having salmon for lunch, right? And then you want to pair it with fiber. So then you would add some leafy greens, whether that's romaine lettuce, whether it's a spinach salad. Honestly, it's your choice. It's whatever you feel like you would want to eat, then you can add that into your meal. So that's number 2 for best foods for healing eczema. Number 3 are berries. So strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. Honestly, berries are my favorite type of fruit. They're so tasty. They're not too sweet. They're easy to snack on. And the beautiful thing about berries is that they're super colorful. The more colorful your diet is, the more nutrients you're going to get because each food that has a different color provides different nutrients. Now, in particular, these berries also contain antioxidants and they're called anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are also very anti-inflammatory on the body and it helps to basically reduce inflammation as well. Okay, the third best food for supporting eczema healing are garlic and onions. So garlic and onions are extremely high in prebiotics. For those of you who don't know what prebiotics are, P-R-E, not pro. Prebiotics are basically food for the good bacteria. So your microbiome is basically filled with all kinds of good and bad bacteria. Hopefully good, because if you have bad bacteria more so, then you would be having dysbiosis. But the good bacteria that lives in your gut, and there's trillions of them living in your gut, need food to thrive. And they get this from your diet, especially if your diet is high in prebiotic foods. So garlic and onions are considered high prebiotic foods that feed the good bacteria. And this is going to help a lot with gut healing. This is going to be very helpful for supporting the microbiome. It's going to help with your immune system because 80% of your immune system is in the gut. So you see how this is all linked with what you eat matters and what kind of foods you eat matters as well. Not only this, garlic and onions are also natural antifungal and antibacterial foods as well. Now, a lot of people who have candida and a lot of people with eczema actually deal with candida overgrowth. Having more antifungal and antibacterial foods into your diet can help with the candida fighting process. So adding more of these in your diet can be really helpful for that as well. Okay, next up are seeds. I'm a big fan of seeds. They are so easy to incorporate in your diet. I add into my breakfast every morning. They don't have a particular taste to it. For those of you who are like picky with healthy foods and you don't like the taste of things, seeds literally taste like nothing to me. In particular, the seeds that are really good for supporting eczema healing are flaxseed, chia seed, and hemp seed. Each of these seeds have their own benefits. Flaxseed has the most fatty acids, healthy fats, which is really healing for the skin, as I mentioned, for salmon. They're also all very high in fiber. They're packed with all kinds of minerals. And hemp seeds actually have the highest amount of protein. So 1 tablespoon of hemp seed actually gives you 6 grams of protein, which is a lot for seeds. So adding this to your breakfast can really boost up the nutrient density into your smoothie, blend it up. You can add it into your oatmeal, sprinkle on top, whatever suits you. Now, making sure that if you're using flaxseed and you're sprinkling it onto your oatmeal, that it has to be ground because the whole flaxseed, your gut actually can't digest it properly. So that's a little bit of a side tip for you. Okay, salmon, leafy greens, berries, garlic and onions, flaxseed. Okay, the last food, or I guess foods, for supporting eczema healing are foods high in vitamin C. So vitamin C is another very, very important vitamin for your immune system. It helps with the production of collagen. Collagen literally makes up 75% of your skin. Vitamin C also helps to promote wound healing as well. When I used to work in the hospital as a clinical dietitian, we sometimes would recommend multivitamins to our wound healing patients. So I used to see like patients with really severe wounds, burn wounds, wounds from having diabetes, wounds from injuries, and we would recommend them to obviously increase their protein, but sometimes we would also recommend or prescribe multivitamins, especially multivitamins with vitamin C, because of the wound healing properties. So that being said, where can you get vitamin C foods? So most vitamin C foods are contained in citrus. So oranges, kiwi, they're very high in vitamin C. However, I know in the eczema community, a lot of people are either sensitive to citrus fruit or maybe they are avoiding it for whatever reason. But there are other sources of foods that are high in vitamin C. Guava is one of them. If you haven't tried it, so good. You mostly have to get it in an Asian supermarket though, but it's actually one of my favorite fruits. Peppers are really high in vitamin C, so red pepper, green pepper, yellow pepper, orange peppers. Broccoli is high as well, and berries are actually high in vitamin C. So those are the top foods for supporting eczema healing. You can see right away that there is no like right or wrong when it comes to your diet. It really is just about having variety. The more variety you can get in your diet, the better it is going to be for your skin. So that's why I say when you're trying to include foods in your diet and you don't know what to eat, just go to the grocery store and eat foods you normally wouldn't eat, because your gut microbiome actually loves diversity and it loves that you try new foods you've never tried before. You can do this by rotating your meals every few days. This is what we recommend for our clients. switch up what you put inside your smoothie, right? Maybe one day you're putting blueberries and banana and leafy greens. Another day you'll do raspberries and you'll do an avocado and something else. So you're really switching up the ingredients of what you use in your meals. And this is going to help a lot with your skin healing. All right. I hope you found this relatively short episode helpful. I wanted to give you guys some quick tips in case you're feeling stuck today in terms of what to eat for your diet and what foods to include. If you found this episode helpful or my podcast in general, please, please, please leave me a review. Literally, it can be a few words about how you're enjoying the podcast, how it's helped you. This is really going to help us a lot in growing the podcast is based on your reviews. You can leave a review on iTunes. And plus, once you leave a review, I will send you a visualization to your inbox as long as you screenshot the review and show me and email it to hello@juliachen.com. All right. I'm looking forward to hearing how you guys like this episode. Maybe even let me know on Instagram what kind of episodes you want more of. And tag me as well if you found this episode helpful. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your evening. I'm actually going to go for a workout and go for a nice little walk and call it a night. Love you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Now, before I let you go, I want to let you know I have this amazing free eczema visualization meditation. This visualization has helped me so much in my healing. It has helped me manifest skin healing faster than I ever imagined. My clients and I use it. We use it all the time in our group coaching calls. And it's honestly the best tool to use when it comes to healing. Now, if you want this visualization, all you have to do is leave us a review and give us a rating. Take a screenshot of this podcast and your review. Send it to our email at hello@juliachen.com. And you will receive this amazing free visualization. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss out on this one. This visualization has literally changed my life. My clients and I do this every night before bed or even first thing in the morning, and it helps them heal flares faster. Okay, look forward to hearing your review, and we will see you soon.